Today we're going deep on softeners. Not because they're polite. Every ESL channel will tell you that. And they're missing the main point. We're going deep because softeners do something else. Something very special nobody ever talks about. Something your vocabulary on its own cannot do. So here's the thing nobody tells you about softeners. They are a vocabulary multiplier. Means they make your vocabulary bigger without learning extra words like advanced synonyms. What I mean is this. Maybe you've got solid B-level vocabulary. You can hold a conversation, you can argue with your landlord, but there are meanings, small, specific ones, that you can't reach. You don't have the word for not quite right. You don't have the word for worse than okay, but not actually bad. You don't have the word for a bit too much, but I don't want to make a thing out of it. A softener fixes that. Put kinda in front of horrible and suddenly you've covered what took natives 10 years and 20 advanced synonyms to learn. Kinda horrible. Sorta horrible, a bit horrible. Same strong word, 3 different shades. You didn't learn anything new, you just learned how to change what you already had into something new. So now I'm showing you why this is one of the most powerful tricks in spoken English. And I'm going to show it to you in 2 stories. One where I got it badly wrong, and one where I got it terribly right, in a language that I can barely speak. A few years ago, Bangkok. I'm talking to 3 British girls. We're chatting, having a good time. My English is fine. Better than fine. Now, the girls. 2 of them had a normal build. You know, average. And one was noticeably skinny. Like very thin. Like properly thin. And somehow we got on the topic. And I said something like, yeah, you're skinny and you 2 are not. In my head, I meant the one is unusually thin and the other 2 are normal. That was the thought, but that's not what they heard. 2 of them heard that they were not skinny. They got offended. Of course they did. And here's the part that you need to hear, because this is the lesson. They didn't give me the benefit of the doubt. They didn't think, oh, he's not a native speaker, his English isn't perfect, he probably meant something else. They thought I knew exactly what I said. One of them literally told me, no mate, your English is really good, you know exactly what you said. And then they left. Why? Because the rest of my English was good. So they assumed that every word I picked on purpose. That's the trap. The better your English gets, the more dangerous a missing softener becomes. When you're at B2, they stop forgiving you. They start judging every word. What I needed was a softener, like kinda very skinny. That would mean what I wanted to say without being offensive, or maybe quite skinny with a smile. And it would turn this whole thing into a light-hearted joke. Any softener, a totally different conversation. Same thought and same base word, 1 or 2 extra words and no fight. I did not have these extra words ready, and it cost me. Make sure to check out the master file I made with a bunch of brilliant softeners. There will be other kinds of lexical chunks too, links in the description and the pinned comment. Now let's flip it. My Chinese is bad, like A1 bad. I know maybe 100 words. I cannot have a real conversation in Chinese. A few years ago, my mechanic in China was tightening the rear brake on my scooter. I rode off, tested it, and the brake still wasn't gripping properly. I came back and I needed to tell him that. It's not tightened enough, it's not working well enough yet, please tighten it some more. But I don't have those words. I don't have insufficient. I don't have not quite tight enough. I don't have still slightly loose. Literally, none of that is in my Chinese vocabulary. So you know what I said? I said 一点点不好, which is a Chinese version of a little bit bad. That was it. The simplest words. He understood immediately that it wasn't about replacing the brakes. He nodded, took the scooter back, tightened it just a tad. No offense taken, no confusion, problem solved. Now think about what just happened. I had no vocabulary, no grammar, no fluency, but I had one softener, a little bit. And that softener stretched my vocabulary just enough to cover a meaning I didn't have a word for. If a guy with broken Chinese can fix brakes on a scooter with one softener, you can fix anything in English with this one trick. Your English is 100 times better than my Chinese. The tools are sitting right there, ready to go. You just have to start using them. Here's one of them. And you already know it. Just. Definitely in top 100 most common words in English. You probably use it every day. Almost nobody at your level uses it as a softener. And it's the single biggest move you can make. Watch. I'm going to give you a funny example, but you will get the vibe. Imagine a man wants to invite a girl out. He's not a native English speaker, and for some reason he forgot the right words for this occasion. But the words he did remember are, I'm calling to book an appointment. If he calls and says that to a girl, I think there will be no date. But if he says, I'm just calling to book an appointment, then this can be understood as a joke. He didn't find the right words immediately, but I'm sure the girl would appreciate that and there would be no problems. If anything, it would only sound and look quite charming. It works everywhere, all the time. Same words, one extra, completely different meaning. Without just, it may sound too strong, like you want something. With just, it sounds like casual courtesy. Putting just in front of a verb softens almost any request. Means it isn't a big deal, no pressure, no demands. Like, I just want to ask, I'm just checking, I'm just wondering. You already have this word. Start using it before your verbs and you will sound 20% more native by tomorrow. Right. Quite good. I promised you'd find out what it really means. Here's the answer, and it's going to bother you. But don't worry, I have a fix for that too. If a British person says quite good to you, they mean fairly good, a little bit good, average, okay, not bad, not great. If an American says quite good, they mean really good, very good. They are impressed. Same word, but kind of opposite directions. Why? Because in British English, quite is a softener, pulls strength down. Quite cold means a bit cold, not freezing. In American English, quite is usually an amplifier. It pushes strength up. Quite cold means very cold. Good news though, you can literally use it both ways. Just change your intonation. For example, yeah, it's quite good. That would clearly mean a bit good. And if you say it like this, yeah, quite good, then this is clearly very good. Now, I need to warn you about something. I'm talking about the stack. I kinda sorta maybe think it's probably quite a bit horrible. Several softeners on one thought. That doesn't sound soft, that sounds nervous. One softener does the job. 2 is the maximum. 3 and you sound like you don't trust your own opinion. So, softeners are not about politeness, but they are about reach. They let you say things that your vocabulary can't quite say on its own. And they keep your strong words from acting too strong. Here's what I want you to do this week. Pick 3 softeners from the file you downloaded. Just 3. Any 3. And every time you reach for an adjective stronger than good or bad, like amazing, terrible, horrible, beautiful, awful, boring, put a softener in front of it for 7 days. That's it. That's the whole exercise. Watch what happens to your conversations. Softeners are one of the 4 welds in the lexical chunks system. I've made a video that shows the full set, what they do, why your speech needs them, and what's still missing if you've only got softeners. It's going to appear right here, over here. Click it. So I'm not saying goodbye, I'm saying see you over there.